Today I'm going to talk about our paper Generating Confusion, Concern and Precarity through the Right to Rent scheme in Scotland, recently published in Antipode. The Immigration Act 2016 has heralded an era of amplified government intervention into day-to-day life, placing increased responsibility for border protection on UK citizens. Using interviews with representatives from the field of housing in Scotland, this paper examines one specific aspect of the Immigration Act 2016, namely the Right to Rent scheme. We investigate how the Right to Rent creates a precarious environment for all those who may appear to be non-UK citizens. We argue that it may endorse senses of fantasy citizenship, to inculcate people into acting on behalf of the state and as a driver for further division in society. A bit of background to the Act. Section 1 of the Act is concerned with the labour market and illegal labour abuse and enforcement. Part 1 of the Act deals with exploitation of the labour market by making it a criminal offence to work without documentation, seizing illegal workers' earnings as the proceeds of crime, making it easier to prosecute employees and making sanctions tougher. Part 2 deals with access to services including residential tenancies, driving licences and bank accounts. Part 2 of the Act, building on the Right to Rent provisions first outlined in the 2014 Immigration Act, will make it more difficult to live and work in the UK without documentation. It will do this by making it easier for private landlords to evict migrant tenants who do not have leave to remain, and by creating a new criminal offence for dishonest landlords and agents who exploit migrants and fail to carry out right to rent checks. Scotland provides a particularly interesting case study, as housing is a devolved power, but immigration is not. This creates an additional layer of tension in our interview data, as housing organisations are faced with a set of conditions imposed from Westminster, infringing on a field that Scotland has self-determined for some time. Our interviews illustrate the level of confusion around the scheme, the fact that it is increasing criminalisation in the housing sector, and stresses that the scheme is offloading state responsibility for border protection.